It looks like we've got even more info from the Datamine that was released like a week ago, so let's go through that. This is going to be a relatively quick one today. I am really hard at work editing a sort of interview, but more of like a fun sort of thing I did with the voice of Pyra and Mithra recently, Sky Bennett. Here's a very, very quick preview.
Rex is thick.
So yeah, that'll be coming like really, really soon. But I did just want to quickly talk about some new info from the Datamine leak. So the Datamine leak, if you haven't seen that, watch that video. That was all about upcoming story content, upcoming expansion pass content. I did forget to mention before I started recording actually that there might be some minor spoilers in here, but it's not really spoilerific like the last big Datamine leak. This is more just details. So you should be pretty safe here. But if you don't really want to, if you don't want to know anything at all about anything, then you probably shouldn't watch it anyway. But let's go. Now, some more info has apparently come out, but I am having trouble tracking the source. So take this one with an extra grain of salt, but most of it seems like fairly straightforward. So it says there is a new challenge mode, which I thought we already knew about. Harder game difficulty, which we've already heard about as well, a hard mode. Now, a lot of people were maybe confusing that. They thought it would be like you'd have to restart the game again, you know, like a new game plus, but like a special new game hard mode, like a master quest for Zelda. I don't think that's what they mean. It's probably like a difficulty option you can change, like, you know, put this on extra hard mode and you can keep it on your same file. Maybe. I mean, that's the way I thought of it as, but maybe it is a whole new, like, new game plus thing, but I always thought it was a difficulty option. In this leak, it also did say that there's the possibility of adjusting your game difficulty, so it does seem to lend credence to that. There are new missions, like a bunch of new missions. There was info on that. I'll have a link for all of those missions that were leaked in the description. There's a new item that gives 3,000 trust. So a new item that you just, a pouch item that you use and it gives you 3,000 trust. A new type of cylinder for salvaging. New accessories and new auxiliary cores, which are level 4s. There are 2 new blades, more details on some new blades, but they have brand new mechanics and weapons. So new abilities, new weapons, which could be interesting. A new mechanic called Awakening for enemies, similar to that of Numa and Pandoria. So you can make an enemy harder, I guess, or maybe it's just something that some of the new super bosses or some of the new really hard bosses in the game that are coming for challenge mode will be able to take advantage of. The coolest thing though is something they refer to as the unique monster subjugation report, and that essentially keeps track of unique monsters you've killed. So it will actually be kind of like a monster log, an actual log in the game. I know a lot of people have been asking for like an encyclopedia or something like that. This is sort of the first step to that by the looks of it. The next one is the data for Djinn was sort of released. People thought he might have been a blade in the last Datamine leak, and he might still be, but it also looks like he will be playable, a new playable character, which we already know he is playable, but you know, there's a lot more details about him being a playable character in the Datamine. Still, we sort of got most of the super boss information, but there are new super bosses, level 130 to 150 enemies, including Rosa and a new version of Rosa and things like that. I think that was in the last Datamine leak though, and it says and more. So there was still a bunch of stuff going on. I will leave links to all of the actual leak stuff, leak threads that were going on last week, and also any new stuff here. And that about wraps it up. Now, as I said, I was having trouble tracking the source for this because one website sourced another website, which sourced another website, which sourced another website. It just kept going on in a daisy chain. But apparently these did come direct from the data miners, Moose Hunter and another person who were doing all of the other ones. It's just people fleshing out all that raw info over time. So it looks like all of this is probably going to come into the game at some point, or there are at least plans for it. But it's not as solid as the last one, just because the sources are kind of hard to track down. And that's it. So thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll see you all soon.